All right, we are turning now to a young local researcher who spent his summer studying our waterways. Every summer, several research interns spend weeks working with the Nahant Marsh Education Center. They look at everything from the health of our prairies to what our local bat population is doing. And while you can check out all of their findings at an open house on August 14th, we have one of those interns, Carson Ford, joining us right here on The Current. Carson, thank you for being here.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's start with you. Where do you go to school and what are you studying?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be a sophomore at Iowa State up in Ames this year, and I'm currently studying environmental engineering.
I love it. So this kind of fits right in with what you want to do.
Yeah, it really does. It's awesome.
Okay, so you're not quite done with your internship just yet.
Not quite yet.
But you've moved from the data collection side of it into kind of figuring out what all this data is. So let's talk about when you were in the field this summer, what were you doing? What was your day-to-day like?
So water quality comes with a lot of implications and a lot of different tests we have to do. What I did this summer is I tested for phosphates, nitrates, nitrites, chlorides, turbidity, and a whole lot of other parameters that help us decide the overall quality of the marsh. These parameters are incredibly important to knowing how biologically things are doing and how the plants are doing, and in general, just the overall quality and if the marsh is doing its correct filtration process.
So how do you do that though? I mean, that sounds like a lot of work.
So we actually have multiple different testing kits, anything from pH test strips to analytical field testing kits that we actually have to bring out and do some crazy stuff with them. And actually in the last 2 weeks of my job, I got to partner up with Augustana University, and there I got to use their lab with the help of Professor Kevin Geedy, shout out to him. He was a very great help with that. But we used their lab, used their equipment, and it was really awesome.
Okay, so you're out there, I mean, you're in the waders and the boots.
Yep.
Are you like literally in the water every single day?
Not every single day, so it really depends. What I try to do this year is I would water quality test once per week, and we only work 3 days per week. So that would actually be a very big time commitment on my schedule. When I wasn't water quality testing out in the marsh with my waders on, I would actually be helping my other interns with their projects such as turtles, snakes, stuff you mentioned before. But yeah, basically in the marsh a lot, yeah.
Well, I love these photos of you guys. We're gonna let that play for a second while you tell us about your data. I know you
of course.
Started moving back into the lab like 2-ish weeks ago. While you don't have all of your findings yet, from your preliminary findings, what are you seeing about the health and quality of the marsh? So
we actually have found some really fascinating and finding things so far. I am near the end of my data analyzing process, so I do have some very interesting things to share with you. First off, our marsh is doing processes that it's supposed to correctly. For example, I take collection points at where water enters the marsh, and then I take it all the way throughout, water goes through marsh, and then where the water goes into the Mississippi River. Water that goes into the marsh is way dirtier and more polluted than water comes out of the marsh, which means our marsh is filtering pollutants out correctly. For those who don't know, marshes almost act like the kidneys for our rivers and for our waterways. Water goes in them, they clean up all the pollutants, water comes out, making the whole area cleaner. Along with that, we've also found other positive relationships that help prove that our marsh is working in a correct manner. For example, the relationship between phosphates and DO2, it has a negative relationship, which means that as phosphates go up, DO2 goes down, and vice versa. Though this relationship doesn't really show pollutants, it does show that our marsh is working correctly as it's supposed to be. Along with this, we also face other modern problems. This is because of the location of the marsh. When you think of a marsh, you might think of some area vast out in the wilderness, but our marsh is in literally the middle of the city.
Right.
It's surrounded by an aluminum factory, car dealerships, houses, industries, you name it, all of it's down there. So with that modern problem, we have to find modern solutions, and that's what the research is helping us with.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, what do you do with all of this data? But yeah, I mean, it's so critical, right? Because things that happen at the marsh, like you said, affect not just our whole community, but everyone downstream from us too.
It really does. Yeah, it's incredible to think about.
Seriously, and it's so cool that you got to work on this summer. I mean, how exciting. Before I let you go, what are you going to be doing with your life? I mean, when you graduate college, what do you want to do?
Well, I do want to go into the research environmental field. I've really thought about conservation. Currently, I'm still studying environmental engineering, but I don't know how long I'm going to stick around with that. I really do like the conservation side of things. So my goal is to go out in the field, keep doing what I'm doing every day, and hopefully make the environment a better place.
Before you go, are you from the area, Carson?
Yeah, I'm from Davenport.
Okay, so it's probably pretty cool to be back here this summer.
Oh, it's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, get to check
Yeah.
all this out.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for your
course.
time today. I can't wait for the presentations in August. Best
Yes.
of luck.
Thank you, thank you.
For you guys at home, you can check out all the findings from this summer's batch of researchers at their open house on August 14th. We have all the details at WQAD.com under the As Seen on TV tab.